Welcome to Driving for Dollars Mastery, the best, fastest, and easiest way to find and turn wholesale properties for huge profits. We'll provide you with the tried and true strategies that are guaranteed to help you build your own business by recognizing distressed properties all from the comfort of your own vehicle. So buckle up and let's get ready to ride with your host, Zack Boothe.
So let's talk about the second deal. How'd you find it?
So the second deal was a true, what we call wholesale, because that's when we were listening to you, going through the process and
understanding
driving for dollars,
how to find property, what to look for distressed, property.
Yeah. So this one happened to be right next door. We looked next door and it looked like this, started doing some work, but it was
next door to what? The deal you guys had?
Yeah.
No way.
Right next door.
No way, dude. That's just
the story gets better.
Dude, I need you to send me some lucky money or lucky rabbit's foot or something, man.
Yeah, so I called and the owner answered the phone, and he was a really nice guy, and I told him, I said, hey, we're buying this house next door. And he said, well, what are you buying it for? And I said, well, we're still negotiating because we hadn't closed on that one yet. And he said, well, I said, they have it listed for 50. And he said, well, I'll sell mine for 50. I said, we're probably not going to pay that. But he said, after you close, give me a call back and we can talk. So after we closed on everything, I reached back out to him, and he didn't answer. And I got a text to say, reach out to his wife. So I reached out to his wife, and the wife called me back, and I started talking to her, and then she broke down and started crying, and he had actually passed away that day before. So it was really a sad situation in kind of going through everything. But she said, hey, give me a week or so, and I'll reach back out to you. So she called me back, and she told me everything that happened, and I told her how I spoke to him a couple months ago and how he said he was interested. She said, yeah. She said, go by and check it out and let me know what you think. So we went by, checked it out, called her back, and we kind of did the range. And I called her and I said, hey, we like the house. We're interested. We're somewhere between, I think I said 36 and 42. And she said, well, those sound like good ranges. And I said, well, I'm comfortable at 39 if you want to do it. She said, yeah, send me the contract. So
nice.
We sent her that contract, and she signed everything, and then we shot it out to our cash buyers, and that one we sold for 53.
Nice. So 14,000 profit on that deal.
So it was a good one.
I love it. You made 14,000. There was zero risk, zero flipping, quick cash, in comparison to flipping houses. You shared some stuff in that story that I want to make an emphasis on. You said it was right next door to the property, and I joked that it was all luck. But one of the things, I'm going to give a gold nugget, that one of the things that I teach actually within my program that you guys now have access to, but I'm going to share this with the listeners for free, right? So get your pen and paper, everybody. So one of the things that I teach is getting on wholesalers' cash buyers list. Even if you're not going to buy from them, it's very important to do this because you start to see where deals are coming from. Yeah. Right. And if you're in Utah and you're a student, I'll tell you exactly where to drive. Right. But if you don't have that convenience, you don't have someone that'll tell you exactly where to go and drive, is you see where those deals are coming from. If there's deals in that area, there's more. It's where the deals are.
That is right.
And they might be right next door, right? But they're going to be in those same areas. And the 40-day challenge on my YouTube, where I dared, my goal is to do 40 grand in 40 days. I got 7 total contracts on that challenge, and 4 of them were within a mile of each other.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very important if you're really trying to identify where to start your marketing, where to work, look where deals are coming from. Work those zip codes, work those neighborhoods. So that's a good point and a good gold nugget that people can take and use and valuable information. The other thing that you had mentioned was when you called her up and were talking to her and building those relationships, you spent your time warming up and getting to know them and figuring out what the situation was. But then when it was time to talk money, you tried to get a number from them. Probably they didn't know what it was worth. And instead of just throwing a number at them and throwing an offer and hoping that they'll sign, and then they shop your number around and everything else, you give them a range. Right. And I want that to be very, very important, or very, I want people to hear this and understand how important that is. Because once someone gets a range, you can kind of go back and forth. You can negotiate and navigate. Once you come to a number, then you can close, right? Then you can put some pressure. Like, are you saying that if I agree, you'd say you give a range of 20 to 40 grand, and you go back and forth and you settle on 39. You say, are you saying that if you say yes at 39,000, are you saying you would agree and agree to put that on paper with me? And if they say no, then you can pull away as well. Say, well, let me talk to my, let me double check my comps and make sure that I could pay that, double check what you got. And then she doesn't have that number. Then she's not really shopping. She's not convinced that she has you at the 39, right? It's not always about getting a good price, but it's more so about making sure everyone feels that they got a good price, right? That's when you get someone to sign, when they feel like they're getting a fair price. Even if you paid so much for the house, like let me say you settled at 60 and you end up losing money, but you're like, yeah, let's sign at 60. She's gonna be like, whoa, maybe I'm signing too low, right? We do the same thing as investors, right? We call someone up and let's say we say 50 and they're like, shit, I would have sold it for 30, like, oh, wow, that's way more than I thought I was gonna get. You're like, gosh, dang it. Even though you're gonna make 20 grand on the deal, you're like, I left money on the table. So it's really just the psychology of it, of never just giving a flat number because they feel like they can get something better. But if you give a range, they feel like they can go back and forth with you and they feel like they got a better deal, right? So it's so important to give a range to someone that's a little bit hesitant about signing an agreement immediately.